It's not Hollywood, but it's action-filled drama. It's got more twists and turns than Gollywood and Nollywood put together. I'm talking about the NBA. And if you don't have much experience about it, join us again, get your tickets. We are flying down to America. Hello, welcome guys. It's Sports Maestros TV one more time, and I'm where we radic and it's NBA business. Yeah. But before we go ahead, as usual, I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. Our joy is to bring content like this to you every time. Once we have your subscription, it gives us the pleasure that we are doing something that people value. So hit the notification button, subscribe, leave your comments all the time. It can only make us get better. So we are back, NBA, and it's the conference finals.
It looked like it was done and dusted. Everybody thought it was actually going to be a sweep because of the manner at which they won the first 3 games. I mean, the Miami Heat. The way they won the first 3 games, it was more like a whitewash.
Now, who would have thought? And I was asking myself, it was 3-0 to Miami at the first time, and then the Celtics came. Who would have thought that Game 6 would be done in the final 3 minutes?
Well, I thought you were going to say who would have thought that they would post a comeback. I would have said I said that. I said that in one of our discussions.
Yeah.
That I think Celtics still has a high chance because I know them. The first 3 games were not the Celtics we all know. Because the Celtics we all know are very good defensively, and at the same time they are very good 3-point shooters.
All right.
But their 3-point game has not been good at all in the first 3 games. So from the first game they won, they got their shooting back. And you could see, I told you back then, it wasn't only about Tatum. It has never been about Tatum alone. You have Jaylen Brown, you have Marcus Smart, you have Derek White. All these people come together. You have Horford. All these people come together to make that team, and they played their part. But we did not see that in the first 3 games. And the last 3 games, we've seen that. Everybody getting 20 to make.
But the point is this. Game 6 could have gone Miami's way.
Yes, it would have easily gone Miami's way because Jimmy Butler actually scored 3 free throws with 3 minutes left. Initially it was 2.1 minutes left, but after checking some rules on the screen and everything, they decided to add 0.9 seconds back. With 3 seconds left, and the go-to player as usual has always been Smart when you want to get that buzzer beater, and Marcus Smart did not get it.
But White was on
White was at the right place, at the right time. He actually took himself to the right place at the right time, beat the buzzer, and it was a controversy for some time because he had to check a lot of things. But in the end, it showed that the ball actually left his hand before the buzzer sounded.
Before the final second. All right. And the thing people have also asked is this: is it about White being in the right place or taking the initiative, or at that time it was just fatigue on the side of Miami Heat?
If you ask me, I believe it's fatigue, because if it's not fatigue, they should have tracked that run. But I guess they were just hoping that Marcus did not get the 3-pointer, not minding the player that was going inbound, and eventually got the basket. So it was unfortunate, but the game has to go to Game 7. I predict that it's going to be Celtics, and I'm still backing Celtics to do the job.
Okay, now this. First it was 3-0 for Miami. Miami were up 3-0. Now it's 3-3. So for me, is it that Celtics are posting a comeback, or it's just that Heat are losing steam?
Heats lack character to me, because you've got the first.
How can you say that? Wait. Say that for the lowest ranked team in their conference.
No.
Get into the finals.
No. At this point of the NBA finals, you've got the first three games. It's all right if you lose one game
and
or two, but you have to kill it at worst in Game 6.
All right.
But they could not. So it shows it's a question of character, because yes, these Celtics teams, they started blowing steam. You know, the steam started getting intense. Yes, we know that, but you need to kill that steam. But they have not done a great job.
Is it a particular player that's just letting the team down?
No, it's not a particular player. I think I think over reliance on Jimmy Butler.
Okay, has been their undoing.
Yes, has been on their undoing, because if you look at the past 3 games, Jimmy Butler has not been putting in those.
But you think Gabe Vincent, Bam Adebayo, you think other players are also doing their shifts?
Yes, Vincent in the 5th game did not play because he was injured. He came back for the 6th game. Maybe he wasn't match fit, who knows? But then the over reliance on Butler, Jimmy Butler, you know, it has been costly. If you look at the 3rd game they won, in the first 3 games, the 3rd game they won, Butler was not doing well in terms of points. You know, so it showed, and it's unfortunate. History is about to be made. They are just the 4th team to make to come back to come back from 3 games deficit.
Yeah, in the finals.
Especially when facing elimination. You know, and obviously yesterday buzzer beater from Derek White was the second in NBA's history. The first was Michael Jordan in 1989 against the Cavaliers.
Wow.
You know, so it's only the second in NBA's history. So I think history is actually on their side.
This is also proof that perhaps sports is more interesting than
yeah, of course
than film.
So let's see what happens in Game 7.
Now, Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Final. Who do you think would? I'll still go with
Boston Celtics. Yes, the work ethics is there, and they started getting themselves. You know, they lost themselves for a minute, and they are back. They are back. I just hope fatigue doesn't work against them.
Okay. So we are thinking Miami Heat, having won the first 3 games, do not have what it takes to push themselves over in the 7th game. Just wrap up the series.
There will be one thing going for them, is the motivation to avoid being disgraced, being embarrassed. You know, so that's the only thing that could work for them. It could motivate them. And like I said, I hope Celtic does not fall victim of fatigue, because it really took a lot to get back. You know, it's like football. It's like football when you do so much to equalize and it gets into the extra time, fatigue sets in. And so aside from that, I see Boston Celtics going all the way.
Now, one more piece of history: if Celtics wrap up this series, I think it will be the first time in NBA history. First time that a team will be coming from 3-0 down in the first 3 games
to complete a comeback,
to wrap up the series. By Tuesday night, this will be history too.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us. Remember, this episode is not done until you leave your comments and then you tell us what you think about what we have put out. How well do you like our content? Are you even part of the community? Have you subscribed? Do that now. We'd love to have you in our space. Thank you guys. See you on the other side of the finals.